You and I.
Hey, my name is Jonas and today I will teach you how to make a hyperlapse. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Step 1, the location. You have to make sure that the location you pick is suitable for a hyperlapse. The best ones that work are widely open fields with a center object, so that the background, middle ground and foreground are all separated and the object that you are shooting is easily seen. Trees, people and cars aren't the best when filming a hyperlapse because they interfere with warp stabilizer and it can sometimes make your footage look very warped and it's just not going to look great. Step 2, camera settings. Set your camera dial to manual, turn on RAW and turn off autofocus. Step 3. Now you can shoot a hyperlapse using both a tripod or just going handheld. Now of course, like always, there are both positives and negatives for whichever way you choose to do it. It's just a matter of preference, and as you can see on the screen right now, there's literally no difference between the footage whether it was shot on the tripod or handheld, and at the end of the day, it's not the tool you use, it's how confident you are when you're shooting that. Number 4, the most important rule when shooting a hyperlapse. Pick an easily distinguishable subject in your image, so that the viewer can see exactly what you are trying to portray. Make sure your camera is set to focus on that subject throughout the whole clip. The easiest and best way to make sure that your object is staying in the same spot with each frame that you take is by lining it up to the crosshairs of your viewfinder. Doing so allows you to make sure that your object stays in the same spot with every frame, no matter if you're moving forward, sideways, backwards, whichever way, your object not only stays in focus but it also stays in the right spot in every single frame. And lastly, the 5th step to shooting a hyperlapse, you have to move. The more motion there is, the more pictures you take, the better your hyperlapse will be. I find that taking 2 steps in any direction when shooting a hyperlapse works best. It's really up to you. For me, I think it gets the pace very consistent and allows to cover very long distances very easily. Of course, make sure you take as many pictures as you want, the more the better. The more pictures means a longer hyperlapse, and this of course is how you shoot a hyperlapse. Now we are on to the second part, where you will be coloring and putting it all together and finishing off your final product. Now the first step when editing the photos is in Lightroom just doing very minor adjustments to the pictures. So that's just fixing the temperature, fixing the exposure, highlights and shadows. Usually what I do is I try to keep the image as flat as possible because I will be adding a lot more color correction in Premiere Pro when I'm matching the footage with the pictures that I've took. And then you just copy, select all of your images, and then just right click, develop settings, and paste all settings. Once that's done, you just go back to your library, select all the images, click File, and very quickly export them to the folder that you want them to be in. Once you're finished editing all these pictures, then go into Premiere and import all of them into the program. Select all of them and just throw them into the timeline. Also make sure that each picture is 1 frame long. Of course, you may want to resize your images. Once you've done all that, just right click, nest. It puts it all into one video. Apply warp stabilizer, which you can find by typing warp stabilizer, changing the smoothness to around 5%, which tends to work the best. Once we change it to 5%, and now as you can see, there's very little motion and the image stays in the center all the time. And that is about it. And that's it. That's how you make a hyperlapse. I hope you found this video helpful, and peace.